What's the word, YouTube fam? We back at y'all with another one. It's your boy Church Takes. And basically, man, the NBA season has officially started. I did a fantasy basketball league and just basically wanted to kind of get into the draft. I wanted to kind of get you guys' opinions on how you guys think I did in my draft. Um, First round definitely picked up Ant Man. Well, let me just preface it by I had the 10th pick. All right, and there's 10 players in my league, so I had the last pick. Um, it could be a gift or a curse depending on how you draft. But I think it was a blessing that Ant Man fell to the 10th spot. Not gonna not pick him up. You know what I'm saying? At 10, you gotta go with Anthony Edwards. Number two, I definitely grabbed Stephen Curry. Steph Curry was still available. I'm not really sure why, but with my 10th and my 11th pick, so I was able. So it's like a, I don't think it's called a rotisserie, but basically, if you're the 10th pick in the first round, in the second round you have the first pick, and then in the third round, you'll have the last pick, and then in the fourth round you'll have the first pick. So that's how it kind of works. So you get back to back picks. Anthony Edwards first round, Steph at number 11. Again, I'm not sure how I was able to get neither one of these guys. I think they're both going to probably finish in the top 10 of all players overall this season. If they can stay healthy. The injuries are a big thing, and rest time is also a big thing nowadays. So those were the first two picks. The next couple of picks, we went with Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo was he was also on that Olympic team that just won the gold medal. So I think that's a nice little core of players. You have three Olympians. They're experienced. Ant Man arguably might be the best player in the league this year, arguably because he tends to turn it up when guys are just getting lackadaisical. So it's going to be interesting. Next pick, Laurie Markkinen from Utah. He's a sleeper. Trust me when I tell you. Now, listen, if you know anything about basketball, then you would know that Laurie Markkinen he's an all star. Not only is he an all star, he's a problem, and he's going to be a problem in Utah. Um, I think he's there. I'm pretty sure he's like their number one option, if I'm not mistaken, and I think that's going to be a phenomenal situation. So those were my top four picks. Next couple of picks, I figured, since we kind of secured pretty much, a point guard, we got a shooting guard in Anthony Edwards, and then Laurie Markkinen, he's a 3 and a 4. So, and then Bam Adebayo, obviously, he's a center. I said, let me just go ahead and make sure I have some depth within, my 4 and my 5. You know what I'm saying? So I picked up Pascal Siakam from Indiana Pacers. Pascal Siakam is another sleeper, man. He's another one of those guys that will finish in the top 30 every. If I'm not mistaken, he'll finish in the top 30. Um, he's a solid player, man. He fills up the complete stat board, the stat line. I know a lot of categories, or I know a lot of fantasy leagues. They like to have what do you call that? A 9 category league. My league, for one reason or another, is 13 categories. So Pascal Siakam is one of those guys who fills up the stat line, and he'll give you a good 20 and 8. He'll give you a good 15 and 11. He'll give you a good 25, and again 25 and 8 is pretty consistent, along with a few steals, along with the block or two, and on top of that, he's pretty efficient. So it's just like, we're in a good situation when it comes down to that. Next pick, Mr. Jarrett Allen from Cleveland. Jarrett Allen is one of those centers who's not going to be one of the top guys, but he's also not going to be one of the worst guys at that position. He's always going to be in the top 10 centers or right there within that 10 to 15 range. Because you have to give him, you got to put respect on his name one way or another. And again, he's the kind of guy he'll give you, fourth round value, fifth round value consistently every year. So I said, let me just go ahead and grab Jarrett Allen. And he also gets a lot of blocks. He gets a lot of blocks. So I said, let me go ahead and pick him up. Now, the next couple of picks, I said, all right, so since we went big on those, since we went big on, with Bam, Marketing, Siakam, and Allen, I said, all right, let me go ahead and go get some guards. D'Angelo Russell, welcome to the team from the Lakers. Welcome to the team, D'Angelo Russell. Looking forward to having you. I'm looking forward to all the 30 pieces you want to put up. I'm looking forward to all of the 20 pieces that you want to put up. Just produce. And I can't see him not producing on that Lakers squad. So I said, yeah, I felt like he was a decent pickup for one of my backup guards. Now, I don't know how I was able to get this guy this late, but I was able to get Cam Thomas from the shooting guard from Brooklyn, from the Brooklyn Nets. I got him in the 8th round at pick number 71. He had like 30. I think he finished with like 35 or something crazy like that. 36 points on opening night. So he's gonna be a beast. He's their number one option. Um, at this point, I am extremely happy with this draft. Like I said, I think I'm going to win the championship. Now here was my first mess up, or my first mistake of the draft. In the 9th pick, I picked up Bogdan Bogdanovic from Atlanta, from the Atlanta Hawks. I When I was doing my research, he came across my radar. He was high. He had a high output in 3-pointers made last year. He was getting a decent amount of minutes, but I didn't necessarily take into account that Trae Young, he got hurt last season and barely played, half of the back end of the season. Also, there's another Australian dude by the name of I think Dyson Daniels, and he's the starting shooting guard in Atlanta. So basically, Bogdan, he's going to be Atlanta's 6 man, but I drafted him at the 9th spot. Um, at some point after the first couple of days, I switched him out for Dyson because Dyson Daniels was still available. So I now have Dyson Daniels. It was just a perfect, you know, plug and play. Like basically, uh, take Bogdanovich out. He's on Atlanta. He's a shooting guard, and then pick up Dyson Daniels, who had 5 steals, and also plays for Atlanta, and also is a shooting guard. So it was just an easy. It was too easy of a decision to not take action for that. So um, let me just go ahead and go into the rest of these picks real quick. Keegan Murray, a phenomenal pickup at in the 10th round. He was the 91st pick. Getting Keegan Murray from Sacramento in the 10th round is insane, in my opinion. First night out, he put up a double double. He shot 5 for 10 from three, so his 3-point. That boy can shoot. I like to think he's like a younger Klay Thompson. So shout out to Keegan Murray. Now, the next 3 picks, I'll just give them all to you at once. Zach Edey, the the best player in college basketball over the last 2 years, over the last previous 2 years, that 7'4" dude from Purdue. Yeah, I picked him up in the 11th round. I think he's going to be a monster on the boards if he can stay out of foul trouble. I'm not necessarily looking for too much production from him outside of I want offensive rebounds from him, and I also would like rebounds from him and a high field goal percentage. Outside of that, I'm not really looking too much from him. The first night was kind of shaky. The team that he was playing against, they definitely played small ball on him, and I'm a little, I guess I'm a little worried about the amount of minutes that he'll be able to get because I think he had like 15 minutes on the floor, and within those 15 minutes on the floor, he fouled out of the game. So it's gonna take a bit of an adjustment, just getting adjusted to the pace of the NBA style game, and there's the intensity of it and everything, and hopefully that ends up being a really good pick. Now my last two picks, Mr. Grayson Allen from Phoenix. This is a gentleman that literally he led the league in free throw. I'm sorry, in 3-point percentage last year. Like I think he was shooting. I'm not. I don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it was over like 45%. He was shooting close to 50% from three, and that is insane. Just with the spacing of the floor, you got KD, you got Devin Booker, and you have Bradley Beal. I'm listen, if you got a white boy that can shoot, he's gonna probably get a few buckets. You know what I'm saying? He's probably gonna be consistent. So he's the white boy that can shoot on that team, and I'm looking forward to the production that Grayson Allen gives. Now, last but not least, um, this is the last round. I ended up picking up Bobby Portis from Milwaukee. I know some people will say, I'm not too sure about that Bobby Portis pick. But long and behold, if you know, you know. Bobby Portis, he finished, if I'm not mistaken, like with the 6th round value last year. He was in the runnings for being the 6th man of the year. This is my last pick of the draft, so I figure I might as well get some pretty good production out of it. Right? I mean, if he's posting, 6th round value, 5 to 6 round value over the last couple of years, and I'm able to get him in the 13th round. I think that's an amazing value pick at 13. So there you go, man. Just to give you a little, just to break it down: Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry, Bam Adebayo, Laurie Marketing, Pascal Siakam, Jarrett Allen, D'Angelo Russell, Cam Thomas, Dyson Daniels in replacement for Bogdan Bogdanovic, Keegan Murray, Zach Edey, Grayson Allen, and Bobby Portis. We going to the motherfucking chip. Salute. Comment, like, subscribe. It's your boy Church Takes. Thank you guys for still being here with me if you are still listening. And that's it, man. We out. Peace.